Hey there, this is Michelle Pescosolido,
And I'm Bill Pescosolido.
and today we have a very important message that we want to share with you. This is a very difficult message that we're going to be sharing, so let me just get right into it. First off, we are no longer going to be promoting Numis Network as our network marketing company. I'm going to get into that in a moment. I'm going to let Bill discuss the reasons why. I also want you to know that we have built phenomenal relationships with the owners and their wives of Numis and with Ray and Jessica Higdon. They are all still, you know, relationships that we value very much, but we have had to make a business decision, and we have decided that we are no longer going to be promoting Numis Network. So if you want to talk about the reasons why, so you guys can understand where we're coming from.
Absolutely. And as Michelle said, this is not something that has come easily for us to get to this point. This is a very difficult decision. We spent the last 2 or 3 weeks really, a lot of late nights, stressful nights, sleepless nights, really agonizing over this, what we should do, what should we not do. And so let me give you a little backdrop as to what led up to this. So as Michelle and I, we kind of have a business portfolio, so to speak. We have My Lead System Pro, obviously a list that we market to, some affiliate programs, a high-ticket travel program called GRN that Michelle has always been in for the last 3.5 years. And then we also have Numis. And so from time to time throughout the last couple of years, maybe we butted heads a little bit with Numis ownership on how we specifically built Numis as the #1 recruiters in the company for quite some time. We primarily built by leading with My Lead System Pro and then getting people into the system and then getting people into Numis. And that was cool. Numis as a company then came out with a system that they wanted people to use and promote. They felt it would work better, and we kind of chose to go our route. So again, I guess constructively we butted heads. It was never a horrible thing at all. But maybe just a different philosophical way on how to grow a network marketing business.
Yeah, we just, and I'll let you finish that, but we felt that, by being the top recruiters in the company, we knew that the way we were building was through My Lead System Pro, and we got to the point where we felt like we were not being truthful that's a bad word. I felt like that with our team, we just weren't really giving them the message, the clear message on how we were building and why we were so successful in being the top recruiters in Numis was because of My Lead System Pro. We were really trying to align ourselves with the way the company wanted us to do it, which was a system that they had in place. And unless you're in Numis, then you would know what I'm talking about. But if not, then just know it was a system that we tried. It didn't work for us, and
So 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. A lot of you probably know of this new thing that came out called Rippling, and we, like a lot of people, said, "Hey, let's go to the event, let's check it out, let's grab a position, see what it's all about." And it wasn't something that we said, "Okay, this is now going to replace Numis. This is now what we'll do." It was just something that we wanted to add to our portfolio, and who knows what it would turn into, and if it would even detract from building Numis or not. But we decided, hey, we're going to add Rippling. Well, I guess word got out that that we attended the event or that this was a new thing, and I'm not sure how it got to ownership or if people were complaining about it or really what transpired. But for what it's worth, what happened then is that we had some conversations with ownership, and they weren't happy that we added this new element to our overall business portfolio. And they basically said, hey, we're not going to terminate you because we've been open to people being in different things. But at that same time, we're no longer going to, I guess, promote you or edify you or have you speak on stage, have you train like we had in the past. And as the #1 recruiters in the company, it kind of makes sense that, among other people, if they have people go up on stage to train, that we would be amongst those people, delivering our story, sharing what we're doing, sharing what works, and so forth. So they made a business decision, which is perfectly their right to do, that they no longer wanted to have us be, I guess, really a part of what would be considered that kind of leadership group, sort of, leading the charge for Numis, speaking, being promoted, edified, things like that. And that's, that's cool. That's, like I said, that's their decision to make. Our point of view was, okay, fair enough, your decision, but at the same time, we're the ones out here that are in the trenches, in the field, the volunteer army, so to speak, trying to help build and create a volunteer army for Numis to promote the company. And it doesn't feel quite right, and it doesn't sit really that well to know that I guess they're happy to to take the people that we enroll, but yet they don't want to recognize or acknowledge the way that we're doing it, or recognize or acknowledge, I guess, us for the fact that we're doing it. So it just felt like, in this day and age, when there's a lot of places where we can put our time and our energy and our effort, we want to know that we're putting our time, energy, and effort into a company that supports us fully, and that we're in alignment on how we're going to grow this thing. And I think the biggest thing for us where the conflict came is that it just didn't seem that our vision of how we're to grow a network marketing company and Numis's vision of how they wanted to grow Numis, there was a disconnect there. We just weren't all in alignment anymore. And we really feel that there are places out there that are going to really appreciate and support our vision of building. And that there are places out there who are going to be, very happy to have us and want us on board, and they'll be thrilled if we, lead with MLSP and have something on the back end, or if we have, they'll recognize that we're entrepreneurs and that we have, multiple things going, and that they're just happy to have us. And so, for those reasons, for that, I mean, there were some other things too that we don't want to dive into here in this video. It's not appropriate, but that really was sort of a main crux of why we decided that, again, that the path that we want to go in and the direction that we're going in just didn't seem to match up anymore with what we felt our path would be had we stayed in Numis.
Yeah, it just almost felt like, it stopped us and, put an obstacle in our way of that momentum and growing that company. And so that's why we've made this decision. It's been a very tough decision.
Very tough.
And we've decided we're not going to promote Numis Network anymore. We are going to be moving forward with some other venture, and we can obviously share that at a later date. The purpose of this video is to get this out to you so you know, because our brand online is very important, and a lot of people know us because of My Lead System Pro, because of Numis Network. So the message that we're sending out to you right now is so you know what we're going to be doing, and why we're making this decision, and understand that our goal for anybody who's following us or working with us is to help you achieve success. And it's important to us that we are 100% confident in what we're doing, and that we also have that support. And we truly feel there are places out there that if we bring volume or we bring people into a company, that they're going to be open to how we do that, and we know they exist out there. And that's what's important to us, is that they are on board, because the fact of the matter is the internet is changing the way people recruit into network marketing, and we can't just deny that it exists out there, because it does exist. And Bill and I are very good at recruiting people online, and we want to continue opening up people's eyes and letting them know that they can recruit using the internet. And yes, we can make this duplicatable. It just takes, people committing to it and working, the same way that we're working and locking arms. So I hope that, I don't know if you want to add anything to this. I hope that you got value in this message, and, and that you understand where we're coming from with this, and that, you support us in our decision, and we're going to continue with this story.
Let us be clear. We still respect, the owners of Numis. We still, support them. There's not bad blood. We're not going to trash them on the way out. So don't look for some kind of bashing Numis video, because it's not going to happen, right? It's just we don't feel that way, and it's not how we operate, for starters. But there's no reason to. This isn't like they did something horrible to us, or there's unethical. That's not what this is about at all. It's a good company. They're good people. We just feel we need to move on. We need to find something that's more in alignment with our vision and our goals, and
where we can put our, the people who follow us and work with us on our team and feel comfortable about it. So if there are any assumptions out there, don't assume. Reach out to us.
Yeah, if you have questions,
Don't go asking the person on Facebook, hey, did you hear about Michelle and Bill? They're not going to be promoting Numis anymore, and you hear rumors. Let's not cause rumors. Let's not start rumors. Actually come to us and ask us why we made this decision and why we are, moving forward with, a different journey. So the main thing in this message, we just wanted to get this out to you. And this will be continued, so just stay tuned for that, and we appreciate you watching this.
Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.